What's going on, Elevation Nation? We're back like we never left. And you know what? I got a new camera. And it's a camera I've been holding in my hand the last, I've had an iPhone now 10 years, I feel like. Our iPhones have incredible cameras on them. So Sam's been doing this the last year. I finally jumped on the train, and now I'm full iPhone mode. So hopefully the camera quality is a little bit better than my actual professional camera. That was more for photography, I learned, not video.
Well, I think we figured that out when I believe it essentially self-destructed and wanted to explode. It would get so hot after a 20, 30-minute conversation, but all good. I digress. Welcome to the iPhone gang, Parker. We're glad to have you. Continuity cam's pretty sick. You had a very busy week, man, and I feel like you always have a lot of stuff going on your weekends. I don't know how you do it, but everything good? Did you have a nice time down in Knoxville, Tennessee?
It was great. We celebrated Kyle Berardi, Colby's fiance's bachelor party down in Knoxville, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It was a lot of fun being with family and his friends. Did a little paintball. Went on a 6.5-mile hike up a mountain, which was a lot harder than I expected it to be, and I was really freaking sore the next day. We saw Tennessee, Georgia in Knoxville, and it made me realize, wow, I should have went to an SEC football school because that was absolutely incredible. Got no sleep, but now we're back, and I just was very grateful for that experience and hope Kyle had a good time. I think he did. What about you? Everything good?
Everything's wonderful, man. I'm feeling great. DC is the perfect weather right now. October in DC is wonderful. And, I had a really fun weekend with the friends, with the boys here in the district. And another week in paradise. Another week working and got a weekend home. And then it's Rosh Hashanah, man, with my grandma. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yes, ringing in the new year. But
Shana Tova, baby.
Shana Tova. We're rolling into the fall, and I came across, Sam, like a crazy article. It's not crazy. It's just an interesting article. And I think it says maybe a lot about this demographic of people or not. But the title of the article and the discussion for today is Gen Z is quitting jobs over Sunday Scaries anxiety. Think about that. They're quitting the job over the anxiety that they have to go to work. It's not maybe fully what is happening in that day, but it's the idea that they have to go to work. And in this report, they said that 71.6% of Gen Z respondents said their job negatively impacts their mental health. And by comparison, 44% of millennials, 38% of Gen Z, 27% of boomers reported the same. I mean, it's unbelievable. And then there was one other stat, just so everyone knows. Resume.io, the one that put this survey together, surveyed 1,000 Americans, and 20% of Gen Z. Yeah, but I think they get like a nice cohort of people that is representative,
1,000 doesn't
right?
seem like a lot, but yeah, I guess so.
So 1,000 Americans, 20.2% of Gen Z respondents said they had quit a job due to Sunday Scaries. And if you don't know what Sunday Scaries is, that's a term that is used to describe those feelings of anxiety or dread before the start of the work week. And nearly half of them said they considered it. This is a topic of conversation, man. Let's get into it.
I have a lot of thoughts. First, I'll start by a story. I absolutely have had and have currently experienced Sunday Scaries. I think everybody does, right? You go from living it up on your weekend and doing fun things to, I have responsibilities and I'm back in action. That being said, since I have transitioned into a role within the firm that I absolutely love, my Sunday Scaries have almost always gone away. Sure, on tough clients or when I have a hard situation going on at work, I'm definitely a little anxious for the next day. But I actually think that's a good litmus test, Parker, and I am immensely grateful for the work I've been doing the past year or two that is reminding me things are good. where I'm at is great. My position, my role, what I'm doing, it's interesting. I'm excited. Sure, I'm stressed out, but in an exciting way, not in a nervous Sunday Scaries way. So that's, I think, a big thing. I know you have felt it before. Do you have any stories that come to mind on when you've experienced Sunday Scaries? Maybe when you have to fly across the country?
Well, I used to experience everyday scaries, if that's very similar to Sunday Scaries.
Just day scaries?
Just day scaries. Back partly why we started Elevation Nation. Just like the fear of just going to work and having to be a working person. But we've grown since then. I wouldn't say I have day scaries, even though sometimes work anxiety trickles into my dreams, which I do not like. Only when it's good things. But yeah, Sunday, I feel like they're human. Sunday scares are human, right? Like we're so, we're on this like wheel almost. Like we're a typical week. Monday's the start of work. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we do our job. And then we don't work on the weekends. Those are for people who work a traditional, let's call it white collar job. Saturday, you have time to do your family, your friends, and do whatever you want. Same with Sunday. But then Sunday, you realize it's the start of the new week, and then you're rolling into the next work week. And it's just like, oh, here we go again. What is there to worry about? What there needs to get done? Who do I have to talk with? Maybe present to this week? All of those things, and the anxiety settles in. That's human. But the idea that it's becoming so immense and so great that people are like, you know what? I don't even want to do it. I'm going to quit my job. That blows my mind. Because I don't think you and I both ever got to a point where we're like, wow, I'm so scared of this week that I have to quit my job, give up my income, give up my purpose in what I'm doing every day because I'm fearful of what the week is going to have to bring when you haven't even gone and tackled the week yet.
Yeah, it's obviously an extreme. I don't know if they're just quitting because of the anxiety of the upcoming week.
And maybe it's other things bundling up, to your point.
Yeah, I think like naturally, right, you're going to feel some anxiety about your performance and what you're doing. That means you care. That means you're working hard. I think what's maybe a little bit different, Parker, is the fact that people are comfortable and cool with just quitting and starting over. For us, like...
Wow, that's a good point.
That wasn't really an option. For our parents' generation, they stuck it out and they pushed through it and they worked through it. And so I don't know if it's...
But it was like acceptable.
Well, it was acceptable, but it was expected and it was normal. And of course you did it. Like, it's your job. People don't like their jobs. Now I think we're in this world where people like what they do a lot more, can make money in their own ways, have passions that lead to revenue. And I don't know if that was the case for our parents' generation. And so our generation now, there's no work-life balance. It's just life, right? And so when their life gets impacted negatively, they make very big and drastic changes. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. Like, I actually probably think that that's the right call for many people, to quit and to go find something that makes you whole and happy, because you really do only have one life. We have some elevators. One of them included elevator number 4. Nikki Novoselsky was miserable in her corporate job. She went to a great Big Ten school, worked her butt off, decided it wasn't for her, and quit that job after having Sunday Scaries and went to follow her true passion, which is holistic healing and meditation and wellness. She couldn't be happier now. That being said, I think there's one big piece that I want to highlight, and then I'll let you go, Parker, that I think people are overlooking, at least for me. You can have all the anxiety in the world about quitting or about your day, your week coming up, your bosses, your responsibilities. Totally get that. And you may think that quitting will alleviate that anxiety fully. I actually think it just brings on anxiety in a different form that many people don't think about. You have anxiety going to work every day. You know exactly what to expect and whom is causing or what is causing that anxiety. Projects, coworkers, bosses, commutes, etc. When you quit, you hinted at this, Parker, you lose your sense of purpose. You lose some of that motivation. You lose that daily ritual and routine. You lose that income and you lose that certainty, right? So you fall into this new funk of, sure, I don't have anxiety for my job, but now I have anxiety of what's next. For some people, that's less. If that happened to me, that would be a hell of a lot more.
And here at Elevation Nation, I think we're all about it, introspection and diving deep into those things. The reason for why you might feel that way, the reason for why you might not be connected to the purpose of your job, the reason why you want to quit, the reason why you think that the other side is better. And that starts with deep introspective thinking. And so want to give some quick tips if you're feeling some Sunday scaries. Hopefully this isn't coming to you when you're about to quit a job, but hopefully it reminds you that although the week can be scary, it can still be a great week. Of course it can be. Something that I do every Sunday is prepare a little bit. I look at my calendar for the week. Both my personal calendar as well as my work calendar, see what big things I have to get done, understand those commitments that are coming up. And that alleviates some anxiety. It brings maybe a little bit on, but now I'm a little bit more prepared going into Monday. And number two is grounding myself and remembering why I'm doing the work that I do. What do I love about it? What gets me excited about it? What challenges me about it? What don't I like? But reminding myself and having those conversations introspectively is important. And then thirdly, is zoom out. We live in the now so much now. We live in the present. Just remember, this is just another Monday. It's just another week. This is not necessarily a week that's going to make or break your life. It might not even make or break your month. Maybe even a day in that week won't make and break the week. So just remember, there's so much more. It's just another day. And whether it's a Sunday night, a Monday, Thursday, or even a Friday night, there's always going to be more ahead. But Sam and I believe that things can help. The thing that can help you in that moment is just thinking a little bit deeper about really that purpose, that value, the authentic thoughts that you have with yourself as you go into the week.
I think the biggest challenge young people face is differentiating between needing to pivot, needing to make a change, and needing to push through. I think that is one of the hardest things to delineate as a young person. Well, is this adversity because I'm on the cusp of something great? Or is this adversity the constant wake-up call I've been getting from the universe telling me to make a change? And while I don't have, unfortunately, a clear way to delineate between the two, what I will say is that if you are waking up constantly with a pit in your stomach, feeling like what you are doing is not made for you, meant for you, the right environment for you, and that happens for weeks on end, that is a big sign. If you are waking up with butterflies or stress every now and then, welcome to the real world, baby. That's what happens here. So I would try to take some time to think through, is this a consistent issue I'm facing of feeling those Sunday scaries? Or is it just right now I'm feeling that? And then I would say, maybe do some introspective soul searching. Are you feeling that because of your job? Or are you feeling that because of you? Because of life? Because of some of the changes you're going through, right? I was feeling that a ton. Was it my job? Not really. I wasn't grinding 80-hour weeks, but it was because I didn't know exactly how to be good yet. I didn't know how to be a young person yet. I was in a new city, and honestly, waking up early was hard, right? Like I was going through these little changes of figuring out how to get into a good routine. All of those things combined led to my Sunday scaries, not just the job itself. So take a step back and look at the bigger picture. That's my advice there.
Good advice. Elevation Nation's grateful to have you, Sam. It's good perspective.
Great article, Parker. Elevation Nation. Until next week, we'll see you after this weekend's Sunday Scaries. Peace.